We're continuing our alter. What a civilization restarted. And while over here, there's Lot Empire, as I named it. The Zinza, Krutlan. And then we got the... What was this name again? I forgot it. Ionian Empire, and such on. And while after this nation suffered a major defeat, they decided not long after to sign an alliance with this nation. And they signed it for the lands. And well, let's begin. And two offensives are started, one here in the southern area, one here in their central area. As well, this nation here launches an offensive over here. Quickly, the Orange Nation decides to do this, well, Krutland, and they encircle this area where the capital is, quickly advance here, and kick them back in this area. But they end up getting the here, but they can't get that area to surrender. Now this nation also calling for re-liberation and liberations and taking back what's theirs. As them having a breakthrough in the south. In the southern front they open. And while slowly lands are taken back. Well, they push back to about here. Before they manage to start their next offensive, which is into this nation. Well, they quickly move across, which leads to a war with this nation. And so they move an offensive here, and then they use this opportunity to launch an offensive from the south into this nation, believing they'll try to supply this nation. Well, meaning this nation's part of the war. Quickly a stalemate's developed. But in the main front they're fighting on, well, a puppet falls. And then this puppet finally falls. And well, they managed to advance to here. And well, that's a pretty strong offensive. But another nation decides to join, which is this nation. For one reason, to weaken this nation and stop it from having a lot of strength. Stop Krutland from being so strong. Which leads to this nation launching an offensive and taking back its capital and advancing over here. And well, this nation here, not this nation, but that nation, decides to attack here for some resources. And for more land, believing they were ripped off in that last war. And well over here, this nation's invaded from the north. This nation here signing a stalemate, a ceasefire with both sides. And well, this nation decides to invade this area to push them back out of what they took from them. Yes, the Green Nation intervene. And quickly they end up taking the... As this nation seizes the opportunity that was just given and launches an offensive over here. As they weren't expecting it, and then they move through this mountainous area. And they quickly advance in. And they manage to advance to here. With this area falling, these areas are forced into capitulation. And while the Green Empire launches another offensive along the southern coast of this area. And while they manage to do this, cut the Pink Nation off. But the Pink Nation came with a plan for launching a liberation. They land over here to take some of their lands, and they move in here to liberate the nation that was here. And well, this nation here is struggling to hold on to this front. And then a breakthrough happens on the front. As they do this. And well, this nation goes to here. And then they decide to stop advancing. With the puppets betraying and surrendering. And well, over here, this nation's on the verge of collapse. But the offensive slowed down significantly at this point. With this nation moving up and advancing to there. Against Crutland, who is losing on all sides. And this nation advancing into these lands. An offensive quickly made here, with revolts breaking out supporting them by the bluish-green empire and the yellow empire. And then the nation that was here is taken back. And well, this nation decides to pull out of the war now and stop fighting in it, as it becomes unnecessary and a bad idea. That's too strong of an advance. Now to get perfect. As they quickly sweep in from the south. With this nation here also having a breakthrough. But their goal isn't to take land, but to, well, gain their strength. And while this nation is forced to fall, well, we will still, as the forces from here come in and encircle areas here, taking them out. And then they come in and encircle and take the capital, leading to the capitulation. So let's see the peace treaty. Taking back all the puppets, basically, except a few here. This nation coming back, this nation coming back, this nation returns, this nation returns, this nation returns, this nation returns. Basically, and this nation's greatly reduced, with a few areas being taken out, making nations. And this area expanded into its territory, along with this one, and take over its puppet. This nation loses all of its lands in its southern part, and they lose their areas outside of their territory. And this nation gains back all that it had. The Zinza Empire continues to grow. And then on this front, you can see this nation lost a bit of land to them, but not much. And well, that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye!